Hi, I'm Reed, this is Crowline Publishing. Let's talk about remote gaming. Now, we've all got virus protocols up and running, can't go over to anyone's house. If we want to play, and I think the most of us do, we've got to talk about remote gaming. Now, I'll be honest with you straight up, I don't prefer it. I don't hate it, but I'm not good at running it all that well, especially with all the tools we're going to talk about in a little bit. I find it all distracting, and I like to act things out, lean in every now and again, a little bit of physical contact, just a tap on the shoulder or something creates, a really effective acting beat, dance, take my shirt off, all the kind of normal DMing stuff. So I'm not telling you don't try. I'm telling you that the experience will not be the same experience as playing the game in your regular group. Don't even try. It's not going to work out. So my first overall bit of advice is suspend your current campaign. Just do some fun one-offs or small sessions. Try something new. Or, just do a very, very simple campaign, a simple adventure. Go steal the Eye of the Serpent God. Go investigate the missing museum curator. And if you don't want to suspend your campaign because you're up to an important bit or that's how you roll, I would introduce some, again, low stakes, not hugely important to the overall narrative, easy to do sessions. Anyway, here's the techniques that I have used to remotely RPG. So the first thing that I've always liked using is text-based. And in fact, occasionally I've even done little quick scenes of role-playing over even just something as basic as Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Christian, during the next session, I would like to tell the Baron that we in fact didn't kill the werewolf. Okay, well, that's not important. Let's just roleplay it out now. So that's a very quick and easy way to do it. I would highly recommend, though, specialized chat programs. I haven't played around with a whole lot with it, but Discord seems very, very good for this sort of stuff. It's easy to do. You can both type in it and chat in it. It is effective at handling a few kinds of text chats. Again, it's more like a collaborative storytelling process than a game, but obviously we're a narrative gaming channel. We're into that. So I would and you can use pretty robust voice chat features with it as well. So I would highly recommend giving Discord a go. It's quick, it's easy, it's effective to use, and it's free. You can also try email. Email is a little bit more formal. It's much more like a collaborative fiction writing process. But what else are you going to do? You're not going outside for another 3 weeks. So I would highly recommend Discord. Now, if face-to-face communication is important to you, as it often is in an RPG, you can also use Skype, which is, in case you haven't heard of it, a free voice and video chatting system. Skype is, as I said, free, and you get what you pay for. Now, especially in Australia, where the internet is done on rat bones and bits of old packing string, it can be very, very hard to have an effective session with 6 different windows open and 6 different audio channels going, and on top of running the rules, listening to every single person, and it's difficult for them to all talk to each other, and it's difficult to just have a quick private chat with another player. So it's better than nothing, and you can certainly try it. It works much, much better in small groups of about 3 people than it does with about 6, but it's there, it's free, you can see people, and it'll do in a pinch. But if you want to avoid the worst of the, wait, you're lagging, what? Who said that? I hear, can you just go, you might want to actually either steal from your work, you cheeky little bugger, or actually drop some money on. There are proper voice camera chat programs out there. They do cost a bit of money, but if this is long-term investment, it might be worth it. And then we come at last to the specific tools, which are almost entirely their own brand of software. And they've become so sophisticated they're halfway to being a bloody MMO. Now, there's 2 specific kind of what they call virtual tabletop softwares of any real note, and these are the ones that you should think about. They're also the only 2 I've played around with, so they're the only 2 I can talk about with any kind of authority. The first one is Roll20. Now, free edition and a paid edition. The paid edition is much better, but for a year subscription, it's $50, which if you're like me and you've just seen your business financially destroyed by the virus, yeah, man. Anyway, how they work is that if you're the DM, you have everybody's character sheets up there in front of you on the desktop. You have the rules in front of you that you need. You can bring them up. You've got monster stats. And it just allows you to use a voice communication protocol. And if you are much less of a narrative gamer and much more of a tactical gamer, and that you were there for the combats and that you need to see the relationships between you PCs, monsters, everything like that, highly effective tool. Now, Roll20 also specializes in being more of a battle mat. I think it's maybe a little bit more visual, and it is, I think, better for running combats. But rival and competitor, Fantasy Grounds is built way more around the concept of being that virtual tabletop, and it's built specifically for D&D. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't have a horse in a race on either one of these products. I find them fiddly. I find they've got a bit of a steep learning curve, especially if it's only going to be a few sessions that you're going to use them. I think they're overpriced for what they are. And I find that it's difficult enough to keep your attention on all these disparate players and playing in a new way, and at the same time being, all carefully and correct with the rules. Also, famously, I'm not very good with software. I'm not a computers guy. If you're good at figuring out new software, maybe you will be much more effective at using these tools than I am. I don't think you need them, but I think that if you are especially going to be D&D playing, if you're going to be tactical gaming, you should definitely check them out. I would be remiss if I didn't say go and have a look at Fireball RPG, which is a new kind of virtual tabletop coming out. It looks way more to be to the taste of the narrative game. It looks far more emphasis on a simple, easy to understand narrative story. So hopefully those guys will rush to the finish line at this time. Now, this one worked for everybody, but a few years back I was playing an MMO with some mates, just a cheap one like Warhammer Online or something. And we fell into this kind of impromptu role-playing session. Now, this one worked for everyone, but it worked for me because I had a much higher level character, so I could control the environment. I could heal all my friends. I could kill all the monsters with one very quick tap of the keyboard. I could bring them back to life. And I sort of just began to, over the voice chat, just communicate to people what they were seeing, what they were experiencing, what they were feeling. I began to, pretend to be NPCs. Oh, sir, I know that there is a monster over the hill. That sort of stuff. Because I, as a player, knew there was a powerful monster over the hill. So it wasn't perfect. It wasn't the most smooth role-playing experience ever, but to be fair, it was our first. It was an effective one-shot. I thought it was a really fun night of role-playing, actually, and I've always wanted to go back and try something like that, and maybe even give Role-Playing Guild a go. Now, it's hard to give sort of practical instructions on how that worked out, because a lot of it will depend on the game that you're playing. A lot of it will depend on your player's skill levels. But I think that the best way to look at it is you just kind of go in, freeform it, see what kind of characters that the players have made up, what their personalities are like, what they want to do, if they want to go and do a daring bank raid on an enemy city or something like that, or they're going to find the last unicorn horn and you know where the last unicorn horn is because you're an experienced MMO player. I think that there are less noble pursuits than you just kind of going in there and freeform jazzing and just seeing what happens. If nothing else, it will be an interesting experience and challenge for you as a DM. And even if it's just you all log in and you've all got avatars and you're all hanging around and then you add in something like the voice chat Discord, I think that would work actually, and that is what I'm going to try as soon as I can get some players to come and try a demo of Warcraft or something with me. So there we have it. You can do simple voice chatting, Skype. You can use the virtual tabletops and virtual battle mats. You can try text-based, or you can do my weird MMO hybrid thing. The point is that it's not going to be the same, but you don't have to stop playing, and you shouldn't stop having fun. And again, please everyone take care of yourself. I hope that you liked this video. Give us press the little button. Go on. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I felt that. Anyway, see you later.